13 On Your Sidelines Protector of the Week, sponsored by Rand Insurance Group.
First of all, how about the Central Montcalm cheer team still rocking with us here on 13 On Your Sidelines? Author H. Jackson Brown Jr. once said, "We do not work for recognition, but we do work worthy of recognition." Well, that's an offensive lineman's mentality if I've ever heard one. Luckily, we recognize the O-line here on 13 On Your Sidelines. Our latest Protector of the Week is the O-line from Hastings High School. This past week, the Saxons beat Wayland 47-38. Coach Jamie Murphy told us that guards Caden Pettengill and Grady Reed played a huge role in that win. They cleared the way for Saxons fullbacks to run for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns up the middle. Over the last 2 weeks alone, Hastings has rushed for 787 yards, and they've scored 15 total touchdowns. The other Hastings linemen are Travis Oliver, Jet Barnum, Gage Holtrust, Trapper Riegler, that's a football name, and Andrew Haynes. Tonight, Hastings hosted Ionia in Division 4 district semis, and the Saxons took it 35-0. And they'll go on to face Portland after the Red Raiders took it to Lansing Sexton 42-8. And we're staying in Division 4 for our next game. Whitehall traveled to Forest Hills Eastern tonight, and our producer Matt Gard was there as the Vikings took on the Hawks. Matt.
Jacob, these two teams have only met one other time. It was the district championship game in 2020. Forest Hills Eastern up 14-7 tonight in the third. Camden Thompson, he's going to change that. The Western Michigan University commit fakes the handoff, and it's going to show why he's a future Bronco. 29 yards, 14-14. Still in the third, Whitehall goes to the air. Thompson this time finds Brock Morningstar, the 14-yard reception. Puts it on the one. Nate Betts would take it in on the very next play. 21-14 Vikings. To the fourth now. Jackson Arnold going to get his team back into this one. QB keeper. He's going to tie it up with just 6 minutes left. But Whitehall, they would drain that clock. And with 15 seconds left, here's a highlight you're only going to see on 13 On Your Sidelines. Gavin Craner scores to make it 28-21. The Hawks would have one more shot. 2 seconds left here. Arnold throws it deep into the November sky, and Thompson comes down with it. Whitehall wins a thriller tonight. They will be on the road next week against Big Rapids. The Cardinals beat Ludington tonight, 28-21, Jacob.
Matt Gard stays all 4 quarters of a football game. You better believe it. Also in Division 4, Holland Christian had a road game against South Christian tonight. It was the 10th meeting between the Maroons and the Sailors. Shades of Super Bowl 47. It was a blackout at East Kentwood, but no worries. The lights came back on, and the Sailors had a 14-0 lead. The Maroons cross midfield, but the defense forces the fumble. South Christian would recover. Third quarter, same score, but with the Sailors in the red zone. Carson Viss calls his own number, finds a hole on the left side, makes it a 3-score game. It was 21-0. Next drive, South Christian faced with a 3rd and 13, but Viss is going to keep the drive alive, does it with his arms, does it with his legs, hits his tight end Tyler Brinks to keep the offense humming. And later in the drive, Viss would do it again. What a job by the offensive line. Gives him a lane to run. This tight ropes down the left sideline in for the 44-yard touchdown run. South Christian runs away with the win, 35-7. And they would go on to face the winner of this showdown between Hamilton and Unity Christian. Unity, on their first drive, would get right to work. Isaac Steenstra doing what he does best, untouched up the middle. Long gone. 45-yard score. The Crusaders had an 8-0 lead, but the Hawkeyes wouldn't go down without a fight. Ensuing drive in Unity territory, Brooks Hawkins, nice cut. After a nice cut, he would fight his way down to the 1-yard line, and Grant Petrolage would punch it in on the next play. QB sneak, we had a ball game. It was 8-6, but the Crusaders just kept pounding the rock. Back in Hamilton territory, it's Steenstra, hits the left side, sees a hole. Nobody's catching him. His second of the night makes it 15-6. And next Unity drive, well, the Crusaders would strike again. The pitch to Max Vancouvering, stays patient, waits for the block. He would be in for the rushing touchdown. Unity asserting its dominance tonight in the first round of the playoffs with a 63-20 win over Hamilton. And we've still got plenty of action from schools big and small. When we come back, Granville makes a trip to Rockford for an OK Red rematch in D1. And North Muskegon has won 8 straight games coming into the evening. See if the Norsemen could keep things going out in Division 7.